All right, looks like we're live. See if some people are going to join. Join today. Let's see today. Let's go over QQQ in the market first. Let's wait for some people to jump in, and if anyone has any charts they want to go over, we can go over that first. If not, I'll just wait for a chart request uh, in between going over all these charts. All right, looks like no one here. So I'll just start the video anyway. All right, so what we're looking for tomorrow is what I said yesterday is that we are looking for this weekly bounce here, which it might appear that we're getting it with this candle here, this green one. So this is a current week. We started all the way down here and now we're moving up. And if you can see, we bounced around the, I don't know, maybe between the 61% and the 78%. So maybe, I don't know, 70-ish percent. All right, so what I'm looking at here is this is favoring tightening range, like I said yesterday, right? So something like this, continue on for some time. So that's what I'm looking at there. If we zoom into the daily, because we're looking for that tightening range, and that might have been the bottom yesterday, or let me see, when was this? Yeah, yesterday. I was expecting this to continue up today, and it did, but it definitely gapped up. Not what do you call it? Not ideal for the bulls in any way, shape, or form. Gaps tend to fill at some point or another. And if you look at this, you can probably see it better. Our next uh, lower high. So there's a high here, high there, and then we're probably expecting another high under, what is this level? Probably what I would expect is another high. Let's see. So what is this high here? 366.81. So under 366.81. So if we zoom in a little more, we can probably see where that'll happen. 366.81. So that's there. So I think there's 367. And another key resistance would be either right around here. Turn this into red for resistance. So tomorrow we can expect maybe a move up. You see how the market's kind of, QQQ's kind of bull flagging here. So I expect this to continue up at least up to 360. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if we get some news about, Russia, or I think we have the Fed tomorrow, so maybe expect a pullback here around 360, or even maybe it might even get a little higher, maybe 365. Who knows? But we are expecting some kind of or at least I am expecting some kind of a tightening range. At least, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. And then if this were to get over this high, then maybe we can expect a tightening range like this, in this fashion, where we have a tightening range this way, like a triangle. Sorry, I don't know why that looks weird. Yeah, so something like this. If it does manage to get over 367 or whatever that number was. But yeah, we should be tightening up in some way, shape, or form there. So tomorrow, looking for more continuation to set that lower high compared to 360, 367 area, and kind of the same on SPY, right? These tend to go hand in hand. So if you look at SPY, it's kind of it's a little stronger because it had a double top. So for this one, yeah, I might expect the triangle pattern, um, like I mentioned on QQQ. So look for this one to go up maybe close to 358. Heavy resistance is going to be there. And let's set this fib. So how do I want to set this? So yeah, I guess this one's not really relevant. So let's look at the weekly. Because this one did bounce more than QQQ. So maybe this one would continue up. So let's see, set a fib like this, and this one pulled back at the 618. Wait, sorry. Did I do that right? Yeah, oh no, sorry. I am not looking at this right. So this bounced to this. So this current retracement went down to the 618, whereas QQQ went more towards a 70%. So it pulled back more, which favors a tightening range. The 618 also favors a tightening range, but it can still get out of here over that 458. So we'll see what happens with this one. But I'm thinking also tightening up, just maybe in a different pattern, like up this way. Tightening up more like a triangle for SPY. All right, so let's talk about. So there's a lot of names that are pretty bullish that have the pretty much the same pattern. So I'll go over those, and they all have something in common. So Tesla's one of them. So I'll go over Tesla first. So what they have all in common is that they never lost the daily uptrend. So we had a low here, low there, and we never lost the low of down here, right? So it's continuing up, or is it? Hold on, might be the hourly. Yeah. So Friday. What day was Friday? The 11th. Yeah. So Friday low. It technically didn't really lose it because this was kind of pre-market, and then we started the day above this level, the 352. And then some other names that are similar to that is like Neo, XBI, IWM, Nvidia. So let's look at Nvidia. They have earnings tomorrow. So this is pretty similar, right? We had our Friday low, and if I take off extended hours, right, you can see that we held that low and then we continued up. So if I look at another name that I mentioned, Neo, at our Friday low. Oh, actually, this one did lose it, but recovered pretty well. Let's see, yeah, we did lose it, but it recovered well with this inverse head and shoulder. and then quick bounce up, and all of the daily uptrends are trying to continue at this point. So for Neo, we want to see this one get over 2640. Nvidia has earnings tomorrow, and this one had a huge day. So we're looking for this one to continue the daily over 269 there. I think it will get up there, but what's not clear is what happens at that point. Session breaks. Hmm. Trying to put the extended hours back. So yeah, we got over this 1 hour resistance, 360. This is where I sold today. So let's go into a little trade review. All right, so yesterday I was looking at this level down here. So had a little bull flag there. You can probably see it better on the 5 minute. Now let's go back to the hourly. I was looking at the hourly. So we had this inverse head and shoulders pattern down here that I was looking out for on this one, right? So I said if we break this, this will be bearish. And if we get over like 243, that'll be bullish. So this gapped up right away, did like a little bull flag during pre-market, and then it bounced right around the last high. So if you can see that level is 248. I think I got in a little late on this one. Yeah, I got in right around this other bull flag right here. So another bull flag here, and then we continued up to 360. So I only caught like 356, like a four-ish dollar move, but that was still pretty good because it went straight up into that move. We pulled back quite a bit there and continued up for the rest of the day. So NVDA was on beast mode. I know someone asked me about it yesterday. And yeah, hopefully you guys are still holding that one. I think it still has a little more juice to go to 271, and then after that, or at least 269. And after that, earnings is going to come into play. Maybe the Fed meeting this 269 area, anywhere in this zone, 269 to 271 is going to be probably some big time sellers there. I wouldn't be surprised if this gaps up there and then just pulls back straight away. Um, or maybe we get pulled back first and then go up there. I'm not too sure on that one, but either way, this one's looking good. Should have some good profit on that if you got in yesterday or today. And then for earnings, yeah, it's anyone's call, pretty much. They're still on a daily uptrend with the resistance there, 269. So, um, yeah, earnings, I don't know. It's either going to push this over this resistance or drag it back down where it was. Pretty much the whole sector is pretty weak compared to Nvidia. You see how this is still on a daily uptrend. Like SMH and AMD, those are not on a daily uptrend, right? It lost it right here. So lost the uptrend, and now it's trying to, go up, but there's now a resistance. Going to be a resistance here. This pullback was too big. So here's our previous low, right around 118. So this is probably going to do one of these, double top and then continue downward, in my opinion, maybe. I mean, if NVIDIA has good news, then maybe it can break, but Um, it's not probable, like a probable trade that I would advise, I guess. Um, let's see, what else can we go over? We can go over Facebook. I saw something noteworthy there. Facebook. Oh, it's Meta now, right? Meta. Wait, what the hell? Can I find it? There it is. All right, so this one obviously got beat up on earnings and it's doing terrible. Everyone's like bashing it. And the daily, we broke the daily downtrend, but there was no follow through. So we broke this little level here, right? One 216, but no follow through, right? We bounced right after it broke. And if we zoom into the hourly, we are holding a double bottom there at 215, and we're trying to go upwards, right? So we have a resistance here, 222.73, and um, we're kind of getting these breaks and no follow through, right? So if tomorrow we come down, this will be like four bottoms, right? So we got bottom there, bottom there, bottom there, and if we come down again and bounce, that should set up for a good move. Or even if we, set this little bull flag here and then bounce, that would be good for the bulls. And the next time this one bounces, guys, this one's gonna bounce pretty significantly. You can see here, back here, bounce from 216 all the way to like 230, so like $15 move. So Facebook might be a good one to look at. The way you can visualize this is like people who are selling this are getting tired. Like it's not going any more than that. It's already beat up. Um, let's see if I can draw a little pattern on this. Usually, so like if it can get over this trend line, it's kind of like a wedge, falling wedge. So something like this might still continue tighten up in this range between 223 and 215, right? Maybe it'll, go up and, you know, just tighten up and then eventually break out with the explosive move, in my opinion. So this one's a good one to keep your eye on. I don't know if this will happen this week, but that's something to keep your eye on. Anything over 223.50, keep an eye on that. And then if it doesn't manage to get over, you know, 235, it'll be super bullish for this stock. All right, so let's see some other names that I was looking at. So a lot of these names seem like they're like bull flagging right now. So I know someone asked me about this one. CCJ, this is uranium. Kind of a bull flag, but I don't know. It's kind of a little extended there. Maybe you can see it better on the daily. The only problem with this one is here, this not bull flag, this big gap there. All right, so yeah, it's pulling back good enough for a bull flag. So keep an eye on this one. If it can get over 20, like 2250, I can see a big move on this one. But also I can, if this pulls back any more than it did today, then that bull flag is it like invalidated. In my opinion, it'll start filling that gap. So another name similar to this one, maybe a little different is Snapchat. Not really setting a bull flag exactly, but it's pretty similar. So let me go back real quick. Go back to the 1 day. The 1 day chart is looking weird. Hold up. What happened here? Did we have earnings? Oh, this was maybe the Facebook earnings. Just did gap. It did like a double gap. So did it have? I forgot what happened here. I don't know. They beat earnings, I guess, and then it gapped up. But after that, the daily's intact. So we had this low here. Had the low here. Another low there at that yellow line. And hasn't created another low since. So let's look at this pattern that I'm looking at here. So it might actually pull back and then head up, or just head up straight from here. All right, let's look at the hourly, see what we can see on this one. Thought it was like kind of a bull flag pattern, but it's more of that triangle that I was looking at. So if we break under, if we break this pattern, pretty much it's going to tell us where we're going to go. So this will have an explosive move to the upside or to the downside. Pretty much keep an eye out on 40, around the 40 level. Yeah, 40 or 42. So if it breaks any of those two levels, this is going to move pretty nicely, at least initially. So 42, so let's look at, put some notes down. 40 for puts and then 42 for calls on Snapchat. All right. And let's see another similar one, Coinbase, I think. Might be doing something similar here. Yeah, so this one's on the 1 hour uptrend. So that's good. Oops, this one over here. 1 hour uptrend, and then it's got that little triangle kind of pattern. And if we can get over 208, 209 pretty much, 209.27, then that'll be good for the bulls for continuation there. And anything under 206.21, that'll be bearish. All right, so pretty much little triangle pattern there on the 5 minute. All right, so if it can break that little pattern, kind of has a double top there. If it can get over, then that'll be bullish, and a break would be bearish. Let me look at the daily. I think the daily, yeah, actually this is looking more bearish than the other one. Sorry. Kind of just looked at this one quickly. This one actually broke the daily, and this might be might be one I look at for bearish, uh, in a bearish way, to be honest. But if it breaks, it'll still be bullish. Um, Up to this point, 217. So yeah, the daily got lost here at some point. So this was the last low there, and we lost it down here, right? So now we're setting high, lower high, and this one might actually be bearish, but there is a gap close by that pretty much almost got filled. Yeah, let's keep an eye on this one. Let's see what it does tomorrow. So 209, 209.27, and then 206.21 for puts. All right, I thought that was a bear flag. My bad on that one. I mean a bull flag. GameStop. Here's another one with a bull flag. I thought, but this might be the same as as Coinbase. Uh, no, but we're still on a daily uptrend, so we got all of our lows haven't really broken there. So see if this one can continue up and up over this level to 131.78. All right, let's look at the hourly time frame. Yeah, so this one does meet more of the criteria for a for a bull flag. Let me pull out the handy dandy Fibonacci. All right, so this one uh, just barely broke it, maybe zero point 0.4, but still looks good overall for a bull flag. So we'll keep an eye on this one. If it can break tomorrow, if it can break over 127.21, that'll be bullish for this bull flag to confirm, or if it can hold this hourly. So we got this hourly pattern. If it can hold this 116.90 level and then head back up, that would also be bullish. So as long as it doesn't go any lower than it did today or yesterday. Take this off. Let that. All right, yeah, so no red flags yet on this one. If it does start pulling back from this resistance, then just keep an eye that it stays over this low from, what was this? From Monday. All right, so that's one to look at. And also had Roku. I think Roku has earnings on Thursday after the close. So I just brought this one up because everyone's kind of talking about this one. And what I can see here is it's got its daily uptrend, just like kind of looks like GameStop if you looked at both charts back to back. So hourly, I mean daily highs are intact, higher highs all the way up, and but from afar, this one kind of looks like a bear flag overall, like a little longer range, longer term, I guess. If I were to look at this like on the weekly, this probably looks like a little bear flag. So if I look at it from here to here, right at the 38% retracement, if I do it from up here, even worse. I'll just do it from here, I think. Yeah, because that was the last high there. So yeah, 178 was that level. So let's look at this on the hourly, see what we're seeing here. So yeah, this is pretty much um, like GameStop, but this is a little weaker because you can see here, what was that last daily? The last daily high is down here, right? So let's mark that real quick, and I'll show you why it's a little weaker. Go back to the hourly. Okay, so, and then the one, oh, hold on, messing up here. Let me mark the other daily. So this one's a little tricky here. So we got two lows, and let's just go ahead and mark kind of both of them there. And let's see if this fib makes any sense from either of those two. So I think this one has already pulled back too much, definitely from that level. So let's do this one. And yeah, this one's already pulled back. So it's not really a bull flag like GameStop. And we are on a, this is just trying to set a day, 1 hour higher low. So we're on a 1 hour downtrend, right? And then we're trying to reverse now. We broke these two highs, and now we need to set a 1 hour higher low down there. So this one's probably gonna either pull back tomorrow, or I don't know, it could continue, but that's not healthy for the stock. So we'll see. We'll see what this one brings tomorrow. This one's not looking healthy unless it pulls back somewhere down there. 165, 160. If it does that, then maybe it'll be healthy to continue up a good move. But this one's probably looking like a YOLO YOLO earnings play. And and the higher time frames, you got to consider that bear flag. So the last one that I'm going to go over is shop. So for shop is earnings in the morning. So earnings is pretty much gonna, we've got this um, bear flag pattern here. So even with the good earnings, I don't think this can get over 1,000 tomorrow. So that would be the top spot for this, and that would still leave it in this bear flag range. So overall, Shopify still bearish on this one. Max 1,000 tomorrow, and then it needs to pull back and to continue up. And a bad earnings will definitely confirm this bear flag to the downside. So that's what I got for today. Some names that I'm looking at tomorrow is definitely Tesla, Neo, and Tesla, Neo, Nvidia, to see if they continue upward. I think I didn't really go over Tesla too much. Or did I? It's kind of doing that little bear flag, bull flag pattern, right? Just grinding up resistance here at 921. It's kind of like looking like it wants to pull back from this, but um, overall got this little triangle-ish pattern. So if we set this here, overall, yeah, pretty much tightening up there, but in the grand scheme of things, we have this huge resistance up here at 9, like the high 940s, between 946, yeah, 946 range, 947. So if this does get up, probably going to be resistance there, but this could set up for I think this one should go up tomorrow, at least initially. And I think on the 1 hour I talked about yesterday, kind of has this inverse head and shoulders pattern, but this like shoulder is way further from the other one, so not too sure if that's a valid pattern there. Took too long to do that. Um, but yeah, there's that neckline, and then the resistance that I talked about up here at 946, 947 needs to get over that so I can have a more explosive move to the upside there. But it's been doing good overall these past couple days. So that's all I got for today. Keep an eye on Tesla, Neo, uh, Nvidia, and then tightening range on QQQ Spy. There's like a triple bottom on Facebook. Keep an eye on that to break. And then we got a couple of bull flags on Snapchat, CCJ, and GameStop. And that's about it. That's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. And I'm most likely looking at a pullback pretty soon, just because the overall market's going to be in that tightening range. So probably get a pullback either sometime this week, I think. Um, so we'll keep an eye on that. And everybody have a good day. Hopefully everybody has a good trade.